Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. We are at the Louvre.
We are at the room.
I don't know how we're gonna go back
In
later.
the middle of the day, so hot. 5 line for visit.
Okay.
You can go downstairs, the right side.
Okay.
Take the helmet first and then go view.
Okay.
Maybe only 2 hours from the ticket time.
2 hours. Okay, enough, yeah?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, thank you. kids' favorite,
Oh, there's really
kids' highlight. With a giant slide. That's the dining area. This whole thing is a dining area. A kids' slide. Woo! This is where you get a life vest.
Guys, I'm going already.
Stop! Stay in the shade! Stay in the shade! I think we're all gonna get blisters on our feet. It's too hot. I don't know why is it. I'm tired already.
你不要去。
Go, let me go away. Let me run. Only hands up.
Okay, you.
That's Papa. You see him?
This is so tiring.
I can't get up.
I'm sinking the float.
Thanks to you.
Come.
One, go.
Don't push me.
I know.
Take it, just jump. Hold on to your way,
Go,
alright?
go, go, go. Ready?
Ready? Wait, you ready?
I think so.
No, go. Jump! I'll push you down.
I'm gonna push you. I'm gonna push you.
Come on.
I don't dare.
Okay, then you go down yourself. I'll push you on. Okay, going up. Long way up. Oh, it's hot. Ow. Okay, let's go. 30, sunset ride.
Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that.
Time to go next station
Coming up.
and going to Area 1 National Park for the natural waterfall slide. Let's go. Let's go. Now we have to find a place to deposit the luggage. If not willing to carry this up the waterfall.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go. I know. Look at that! Ready? Go! Think that you want to hold the camera and go down. Face, hold on, face you, alright?
Alright, this is gonna be scary, but a bit fun.
It's in the hand. Three, two, one, go! Let's go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Accident! Daegu Pass.
Like got 200 kilometers away.
See you think about
Start of the Burma
You can see Burma.
Fire Pass,
Hey, stop it.
hammer and tap cutting, 7-meter embankment, 3-tier bridge.
What's here?
Konyu cutting. This is how it looks like in 1945.